All right, yeah. Just got done with the game. New Orleans Saints 0-4. New Orleans Saints, Spencer Rattler 0-10 in his career. Congratulations on his first victory, 0-11 overall. Congratulations on his first victory. Historic moment for him, of course, when it comes to the Giants, because historic stuff is kind of what they do, man. Yeah. Never historic stuff in a good way now. No, mostly not. Mainly just historically bad stuff for seasons on seasons. That's neither here or there. Yeah. So pretty much we had a good first quarter. I think everybody had a good first quarter as far as us watching it. You know, and experiencing the game and stuff. It was nice first quarter. And then after that the wheels came off and everything else after that was pretty much bad. Bad outcomes. Fumbles, punts, into more fumbles. Just a very static offense. Of course, we didn't have Malik Neighbors today, but like I said, I'm not going to be doing the whole missing this guy, injury thing, especially just for one player. I know it's our best receiver, hands down, of course, ultimate respect to that, but we're not. This team has been doing this for a minute, and today it was just a bad look for the team, but a worse look for Brian Daboll for me here. Another preparation game, being without Malik Neighbors, had to be ready for that. And we come out just giving the ball up at every opportunity in pretty much every position. It's the key position that matters almost that's the ball. From the quarterback to the wide receiver to the running back. Only in fumble was tight end, pretty much as far as position players, right? And then like a fumbled snap maybe from the center. Everybody else who's responsible for touching the ball, though, our main guys at least in this game, pretty much coughed the ball up. Pretty much from start to finish, from that second quarter, come out even after halftime, into the third quarter, right out of halftime, first drive, I believe, fumble, tragic. Only one went back for seven on the fumble, right? But that wasn't the only thing, because of course we had interceptions. It was just a turnover day for the New York Giants, and they really fumbled the victory against the New Orleans Saints. I had this is one of those games that I felt like the team in the position that they were as far and this when I say the team now, I mean of course the players on the field, but staff in the office, a position where this iteration of it should be trying to show us more positive play in these tight games and victories and this one was just if having the first quarter. All right, this team has this real fucking problem, and it's defensive talk right here. With Shane Bowen, right? Because the offense was not very inspiring, but the defense with Shane Bowen here, man, and what goes on the defensive side of the ball, when we get a fucking lead, and this team just can't seem to extend them or hold on to them for very long. Extend them is like being up seven and going up to 13, maybe kicking two field goals without having a comeback score out of nowhere. Just incapable for this team. Incapable, man. Every week we see it. Every fucking week. Every week, man. From week one, pretty much we have seen it. Can't count week one because we ain't scoring no points, right? But all of them week two, week three, week four, and now here in week five, man. Um, just a real always showing up in the game in the defensive situations, and that's like my real sticking point for the defense, overall right now. Today, specifically in this game, our defense wasn't very much. No QB pressures like that to speak up, maybe one or two. against Spencer Rattler here in the New Orleans offensive line. Um, just nothing there really all game. The same for them, really. I mean, our offensive line wasn't the best today, I don't think, but the pressures weren't crazy high either. At least to start off with those first half into the third quarter. And still the fumbling and then eventually the interceptions as we tried to come back with Jackson Dart just went off the rails pretty pretty I ain't say quickly, just we just steadily went off the rails. And we saw how it just slowly just started to roll off the rails, man. And with that first fumble from Slayton, and we're heading up, driving up the field and looking to score some points, probably, maybe, possibly, at least a field goal or something like that situation. Just not good. I mean, as far as the players themselves, it wasn't much going on, man. Wandell was, nobody broke 100 yards. I don't think anybody even broke, 60 like that, 50 or 60 like that total individual. Um, Bellinger to start out the game, he was making some plays and stuff like that. And had some stuff going there. And Cam Scatterwood came out early, averaging pretty good on the carry. Eventually, when it got down to us being down, and it seemed like the offense just runs out of things to do. Offensive play calling, it seems, runs out of things that they can do, and it shows up a lot. Especially again in this game, where again we know we are missing Malik Neighbors, but this is speaking back to several games, even before this season, of course, where offensive red zone situations never seem like they're up to snuff. 1 for 5 on red zone appearances, 1 for 4, 2 for 7. That's not rare to be up with Mike Kafka and Brian Daboll as our offensive minds with this team right now. And on the defensive side, it just wasn't really much going on up front with the front seven. Even though for the defense, they weren't giving up points like that to start out, but once those fumbles started kicking in, the punts and the turnovers, it was pretty much game over for there, especially because the offense wasn't going to score any points, it seemed like. Jack Dart started out pretty good, fairly good game going for him. And then it kind of got into, a down situation. It is only his second game as a rookie, too. So we just take that into account. But as you see, the pressure started to build a little bit for him. And when we were down later in 2 scores, how, trying to make some risky plays led to some interceptions. Bad kind of throws to at least one of them was kind of high. I don't know if the wide receiver, Bo Collins, it was too. They made a better play on it. I'm not going to really say that because the throw was so fast and high in the first place. So it wasn't really a really nice throw, a really good throw to catch it and keep running or something like that. Brian Daboll, man, he's back on the hot seat. I don't think he ever really left the hot seat, but right back on that motherfucker right now on that hot seat, man. Barbecuing, man. Freaking seeing they warming it up, about to broil it up, whatever you need to say, man, because it's just not looking too nice for him. And these next few games here about to be real tough, man. These next 3 games, if things remain the same, I'll be probably one of the real defining points on if it will be like it's going to be going into next season, even if, in my opinion, right now at least, it's not mid-season type of change. So these next 3 games are real serious. When we lost to the Redskins, I'm sorry, the Commanders, we've already lost to the Cowboys in a close game. Maybe one should have won game, whatever. But um, and then coming off a victory, lose to the Chiefs, come off a victory against the Chargers, putting us at 1-3, kind of felt like. But today was a game where I felt like, it should definitely be a win, and it wasn't. It wasn't, man. That's all I got to say about this game. The play wasn't that inspiring or exciting or entertaining. It was some entertainment in the first quarter, but after that, fumbles and the turnovers just totally turned that down, turned volume down on that. Okay, yeah. I think there's gonna be a lot of talk going on to this next week here. We go up against the Philadelphia Eagles and our first matchup of them in 3 weeks. Um, First of two matchups within the next 3 weeks. Not looking too good for stuff going on right now as far as what the offensive play calling is showing, and even in the defensive uh, play in tighter game situations. So yeah, that's pretty much it, right? Sky Blues get um, it's trash game, put into the bin pretty much with the turnovers.